Hi there, friends. Welcome back to the channel, The Book Collector. My name is Joan, and today I thought I'd try something a little different. I'm going to call it First Impression Friday. So, I had a big book haul recently, and there's a video for that, so if you want to go see it, I found a $100 gift card, and as a book collector, I bought books. So what I thought I'd do is I would pull three from the big stack that I'm potentially wanting to read. And I stacked them in three different ways. Like I had stories that were familiar to me, books about books. I do have some book club books in there. And then some that stretched that I didn't know anything about, that I liked the cover or, had heard about. So what I thought I'd do is take from those piles and then read you something from the book and then make a decision. So hopefully not too long. This is News of the World, and I've talked about this, and I've talked that I have seen the film adaptation from this book, and I really liked it. But I know that the books are always richer, and so I usually, if I like the movie, and then I know I'm probably going to like the book as well, and the reverse isn't always true, because the book always fills in stuff. So I thought the cover of this is beautiful, and it takes place in Texas. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So this News of the World, Chapter 1, Wichita Falls, Texas, winter 1870. Captain Kidd laid out the Boston Morning Journal on the lectern and began to read from the article on the 15th Amendment. He had been born in 1798, and the third war of his lifetime had ended 5 years ago, and he hoped never to see another. But now the News of the World aged him more than time itself. He stayed his rounds, even during the cold spring rains. He had been at one time a printer, but the war had taken his press and everything else. The economy of the Confederacy had fallen apart even before the surrender, and so now he made his living in this drifting from one town to another in North Texas, with his newspapers and journals in a waterproof portfolio and his coat collar turned up against the weather. He rode a very good horse and was concerned that someone might try to take the horse from him, but so far so good. So he had arrived in Wichita Falls on February 26th and tacked up his posters and put on his reading clothes in his stable. There was a hard rain outside, and it was noisy, but he had a good, strong voice. Okay, so that's a little longer than I wanted to, but there you go. Does that make you want to read more? I don't know. I know what happens, so I have a little leg up on that one. So the next one I want to talk about, I picked this book because it's called Snow, Flower, and the Secret Fan. I picked this book because I read Lady Tan's Circle of Women and really loved it. I loved it. I loved how she wrote. I loved the, I liked the culture and learning about it. And so I thought, pick up another book. I don't know anything about this book at all, except for the title and that Lisa C. wrote it. So this begins calling, the first chapter is Sitting Quietly. I am what they call in our village, one who has not died yet. A widow, excuse me, that's a wrong quote. And I am what they call in our village, quote, one who has not yet died, unquote. A widow, 80 years old. Without my husband, the days are long. I no longer care for the special foods that Peony and the others prepare for me. I no longer look forward to the happy events that settle under our roof so easily. Only the past interests me now. After all this time, I can finally say the things I couldn't when I had to depend on my natal family to raise me or to rely on my husband's family to feed me. I have a whole life to tell. I have nothing left to lose and few to offend. I love stories. I love lifetimes. That's probably not going to disappoint. And then the last one is called The Dictionary of Lost Words. I've talked a lot about that I like books about books and reading and about libraries. So I do tend to collect those as well. So I'm trying to read them, and this was part of my new book haul. And I did mention, I'm not sure if this is connected or not, but I did see a movie a few years back that was about the making of the Oxford Dictionary and the two men who went about doing that, and you know, the obstacles and whatever. It was a really good movie, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was very good. If you remember, please put it down in the comments, and if you liked it. So I think this is kind of about that. So it says prologue, February 1886. Before the lost word, there was another. It arrived at the scriptorium in a second-hand envelope, the old address crossed out, and Dr. Murray, Sunnyside, Oxford, written in its place. It was Da's job to open the post and mine to sit on his lap, like the queen on her throne, and help him ease each word out of its folded cradle. He'd tell me what pile to put it on, and sometimes he'd pause, cover my hand with his, and guide my finger up and down and around the letters, sounding them into my ear. He'd say the word, and I would echo it. Then he'd tell me what it meant. Now I want to read more. I want to move on. I want to read all of them, but I think I feel the most compelled to read this one first, and then this one, and then this one. But we'll see what Libby does. If Libby shows up one of these three first, then I'll probably go with that. But just based on how I feel, I want to keep reading this one and this one. And I do read multiple books at one time, so you can't say, oh, you can't pick. If I had to pick one, I'd probably read a couple chapters of this and then pick this one up. Because fun. That's it. That's all I have. So let me know what you would pick based on those first kind of impressions of those three books. They all have potential. Have you read any of those already? Did you like them? Did you not like them? And if, okay, nobody's out there actually watching my videos, but if you are, and you like this kind of, you know, first impression Friday, let me know and I'll keep doing it. So if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. And until then, keep reading.